I'm in the journalism school, by the way. I just did a piece on the possible airport expansion.
Okay.
So what is your position in the airport? Like, are you
Airport manager.
the airport manager? Okay. How do you think lodging tax will affect travel?
Will affect. What do you mean affect travel?
Like people staying at hotels, and do you think it will affect that at all? Because I heard that they may be increasing the lodging tax in order to pay for the expansion. So do you think it will affect travel at all?
No. You look at Jefferson City; they pay, I think, a 7.5% lodging tax, and most of the major, larger cities throughout the country already have a larger lodging tax. Columbia is relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other places I've stayed.
Okay. What are your plans for adding flights?
Flights, we deal with the airlines. We just keep Columbia on the radar. I meet with, last month I met with 4 airlines in Arizona, and just had, just updated on the our information, our catchment area, how many people, in mid-Missouri area buy a ticket every year. About 500,000 people purchase airline tickets in our mid-Missouri market, and let them know that even though we've been growing about 21% a year for the last 4 years, that we still have a lot more potential here in the mid-Missouri market.
So are you going to attract any more airlines? Because I know there's just American Airlines right now. So do you have any plans on attracting more than just them?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the airlines has a product that we want, and they're very cautious about opening up new markets. For the first time in decades, they've been actually making a profit, and what they're trying to do is fill all the airplanes. They'll add more seats to the market, but they don't necessarily want to add more aircraft to the market.
Okay.
And that's a strategy they've been using lately.
Okay. How might this affect the prices for flights?
Actually, when you have more supply, it helps reduce the prices.
Will it affect it all during construction? Does the ticket will prices in the ticket go up as their construction goes on? Because some of the money that you get for the ticket goes towards construction.
No.
No, it doesn't.
No,
okay.
it does not.
Okay. What are the challenges with each idea for funding, do you think?
We're going through a terminal area master plan right now, and it's a process that the FAA, wants us to go through, and everything we have to look at. If we got to examine our current terminal and what we could do to enhance it to help us for the future. Then we have to look at other options, and we're going through that process right now. The funding portion of the terminal area master plan, we're just now, the firm Parsons Brickerhoff, they're just now starting to explore that.
Okay.
They also worked with Springfield, Missouri when they built a new terminal, and then Joplin, Missouri when they built a new terminal.
Oh, okay.
So we're following the same process all the other airports use.
What are your plans for security, once construction begins?
Okay, we are a TSA Cat 3 airport, and we have a full security plan implemented, and it should not affect any of that, especially if we build a terminal in a greenfield location, away from here.
Yeah. That
way you can start working, in this one particular area and not have to worry about all the security regulations here. With that said, right now we're a Cat 3 airport, and we've got general aviation on both sides of us, and that does make it a little tricky out here.
What will you do if the increase in lodging tax doesn't pass?
We'll look to the FAA for funding, or
Okay,
find,
because they're funding half right now, correct?
roughly,
Roughly half.
but, we'll look at other options and see what's out there.
Okay. Or is the parking still an option?
That's, the, passengers, they like the fact that, free parking, and I understand that. There may be a time in the future that, there is some premium parking that is paid, but, we're not looking at that option right now.
Will it push back construction if the lodging tax does not pass?
Well, I would have to deal with our consultants and, look at the financial plan for a terminal.
What are some of the positive effects with the expansion? Like, what do you think?
Positive effects, well, ADA compliant. This terminal was built before there was, ADA. It's also built before the time they even screened airline passengers. They didn't start doing that until about early 70s. And right now, I think we've done pretty well with our current terminal. We have 3 double wides, attached to it, and those buildings were temporary about 35 years ago, but we're still utilizing them.
What do you think will there be any negative effects, do you think, to the expansion?
Oh, I don't foresee any. Actually, just the people are, used to modern conveniences. They get in a building that's, designed about 50 years ago, you notice it's not quite the same. And that was before internet. You look out right, well, can't really see it, but underneath all the eaves, we have coax running, or, conduit running everywhere because they didn't have, internet, cabling at that time, and so, it's hard to move the cables around.
Will construction interfere at all with flights coming in and out of there?
No.
Because is it going to be an expansion of this airport, or are they building it in a separate?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, you don't yet. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're going through the terminal area master plan.
Okay. Does it depend on funding, or?
Well, it depends on FAA, the preferred alternative.
Okay. That's all my questions I have.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.